Ahoy, and welcome to the video that literally at least 3 or 4 of you have been waiting for. This week I'm going to give you a little tour around my boat. There are little bits and pieces that we'll get into properly in the future, because it'd be too much to just waffle on in this video, and you know I like a waffle. So yeah, we'll just get straight into it with the outside, then the inside, and then I'll come back at the end and talk some nonsense like I usually do. So yeah, let's go! Don't say let's go.
Okay, so here she is. She's a 1971 Nicholson 32 Mark 10. They say they have a cod head and a mackerel stern. That means something, I don't know what, but to me it just means she's damn pretty. There's no better place to start than at the bow, so as you can see here, she's not got an extended bow roller in any sort of way. The anchor is actually stowed in this locker underneath the deck. This one doesn't actually fit, but I will get one that fits eventually. At the bow you can see I've got a furling headsail, but I also have a removable inner stay, which we'll look at in just a little bit. Unfortunately, there's been a little bit of damage to the hull, some little nicks and scrapes caused by it being on a mooring buoy and the chain sort of, the tide pushing it one way and the wind pushing it another, and that led to the chain rubbing on the front of the bow, which is absolutely no big deal at all. It just needs a little bit of a tidy up and a little bit of a seal, which we can do no problem. On the actual bow, you can see the furler there and the removable inner forestay. You can also see the manual anchor windlass. I haven't tested this yet, I don't actually know how it works, but we will figure that out as we go. At least there's no batteries to die or anything. So, moving back, you can see my terrible tying up job and the fact that I've thrown electricity all over the deck. That cable's not connected, but there we go. Top sides and the what are the bits called? The cabin top. Oh yeah, the cabin top. All in good condition. As we move back towards the cockpit, which you'll see is considerably larger than my previous boat. Unfortunately, it does have the traveller going across there. And one trouble with that is that the engine controls are sort of down, tucked in and out of the way, which makes it quite awkward to handle the tiller and stuff like that. It does have a little bench at the back. For some reason, I'll never sit on it. Yeah, and a little cubby hole. You can see that a lot of this woodwork is a little bit shoddy and stuff like that, but I don't really care about that. The rubber plastic thing that you can see on the backstay there is actually an insulator to isolate the backstay so that it can be used for an aerial for a single sideband radio, which is no longer fitted. Just having a closer look at the woodwork, you can see it just needs a little bit of TLC. I've already bought some scrubbing stuff and some oil, so yeah. It's fitted with a wind generator, the bearings on which are knackered as far as I believe, so one of the first jobs is to remove that. But just below it there you can see that it's also got a windvane self-steering system. I don't know what make it is, but I am so happy to have it. Dorade boxes, you can see it's a keel-stepped mast, which means it goes through the deck with a little nappy around it. Some nice Dorade boxes. The forward hatch is old and tired and leaky, but we can sort that out. You'll see just off to the side we've got 2 whisker poles and a spinnaker pole, so that's so we can pole out both the headsails, for instance, one side and one on the other, and do some good old downwind sailing. Yeehaw! And yeah, so a new spray hood and a new sail cover. You just noticed there the little holdy thing to hold the boom, and I have mast steps, which means I'm going to have to go up the mast at some point, which I'm not looking forward to. Alright, now welcome on board, inboard, inside the board. Yeah, this is the inside of my boat. Here's the companionway hatch, engine's down there, I'll give you a little look at that. I have a sink here with a foot pump.
This is a load of ropes and stuff. A dirty spoon. Don't know why that's there. Underneath here is what probably used to be a fridge. That's a massive locker that goes right down there. So I'm going to have to figure something out to utilise that space correctly. Yeah. My electrical panel. So I'm going to redo all the electrics, but these panels are actually good. So I'll keep those. This is the only bit of hanging space. There's got a bit of glare there. This is the only bit of hanging space on the boat at the minute. It goes down into a deep locker down there. I'm thinking of rubberizing all of that locker and then using that as a wet locker for clothes and stuff like that. That's the plan. I have a chart table over here. There is a bottle of rum that came from Tortuga, which is a charter vessel. Cameron. Callum dropped that off for me, so thank you very much, Callum. These bits glassed into the hull here are the deck drains, so the fiberglassed in and then go overboard, so that's quite cool. These are my makeshift curtains, so nobody can see me sleeping. I'm going to design and make some curtains for here. The radio's back here. I'm going to replace that with a DSC, chart table and many things under there. Little locker. Engine is an old Saab, which are pretty bomb-proof and really reliable. I came all the way around on it and it worked fine. The alternator there isn't working, unfortunately, so I'm going to rewire all the engine anyway. So I'll give you a proper look at that when I'm doing it, but you can just about see the bilge all the way down there. Very deep bilge. Stowage. Galley. I'm going to remove this like I did in the last one and put my air fryer there and build a thing for the induction hob. There is just stowage everywhere. I've not even looked in half of it, but yeah. And then the mess that is the saloon. Obviously I need editing space and stuff like that, so I've lifted the table up. I'm going to leave it like that. If I left this side up, I won't be able to get through to the forepeak. This is a seat where I've actually just dropped it down to make a large storage area for the time being. I'm sort of moving into this boat, but between boats. There is a cushion missing from there. I've just got my clothes on it for the time being. Stowage. This hatch here is incredibly creaky, so I'm going to do something with that. Stowage along here, and also a shelf above the top. That's quite deep stowage. Heater. This is a Taylor's paraffin heater. I'll show you the tank and stuff for that in a minute. It's not instated. I need to reinstate everything and get that sorted. Storage. This is where I will sleep. With a little throttle box, and I can shove all my stuff in when I want to make it look neat and tidy. Which really I should do when I'm putting it on the internet, but I don't really care about that crap. So yeah, one good feature is that along the front here I have a lovely light to let more light in. Same in the forepeak, which we'll go and have a look at. Moving forwards, I'll talk about this area in a minute, but we have Blake's Lavac heads. Just pump it with this, and then in here is a huge locker. You can just see the paraffin tank, which you pressurize with this handle to pressurize the diesel heater, and a little bit of paraffin there. This goes down to the sea cocks and everything. So this is a huge space. Now remember this space, because obviously on this side I have the same space in the back there, and this sink. There's no tap on this sink, so it strikes me as a completely useless sink. So I think I'm going to take this out, remove this, and build in a hanging locker into here with drawers and stowage for all my clothes and cupboards and bits and pieces, because I think it's just a waste of space. I don't need this sink. I have a sink up forward. Yeah, so I think I'm going to take this out and make a hanging locker, or I may actually, I don't know, I may turn this into a shower area. I've not decided yet, but I'm going to do something funky with this, so that'll be a winter project. Yeah, because like this goes so far back, and it's up to my elbow there, and it's just a complete waste really, having this here that doesn't really need to be used, and it's an extra through hull fitting that doesn't need to be there, so we'll do that. Coming up forwards, we have two berths, some spare foam. Let me get in here and perched. Berth off to this side, we have a dinghy and lovely oars. This here is the inside of that anchor well that comes down. This is an anchor pipe and comes into the anchor locker, which is here. Chain looks in good condition, which is good. Then up forward is a massive dark void full of all the different sails I've got. I'll go through the sail plan and stuff again, like at some point in the future when I actually know properly myself what I've got. Again, we've got this skylight and then a forward hatch which is leaking, so I need to sort that out. But yeah, I slept, a bit of glare. I slept up here for about a week or so, and I don't like it. I prefer just sleeping in the saloon. It's far easier. So yeah, I'm gonna kip in the saloon. I'm gonna go through things that I want to change. Like there is so it's a keel-stepped mast. The mast step is down there. There is a little piece of wood missing, but who cares? I'll sort that at some point. The fuel tanks are, the fuel and water are under here and there. Obviously I need to clean all the fuel tank out, empty it and all the rest of it, so that'll be a project in itself. Probably add some filters into it and stuff like that. But yeah, that's effectively the inside of the boat. There's not much to show you. Is there anything cool that I've missed out? I don't think so. So yeah, let's go back to me after I'm doing the editing and stuff like that, in case I think of anything to say. So there she is, my girl. I'm a little bit smitten. I'm in love. Even just being alongside in the marina, we had about a 40 knot blow come through the other day, and the boat is just so more stable and planted, and she doesn't heel over anywhere as much when the wind's on the beam, and because my other boat was made to heel with the hard chines. Yeah, I'm just so happy. I just want to say a massive thank you to Carl and Sam for giving me the opportunity to get the boat at a price that I could afford. I paid £4,000 for the boat, which I'm amazed by. There are little things that need sorting out, but you know, it's a 54-year-old boat. Who the hell cares? Just sort them out. This is my boat for the next 10 or 15 years, unless I win the lottery. But I mean, this boat will go everywhere I need it to go. I'm pretty sure it's already done quite a lot of stuff, quite a lot of interesting stuff. So yeah, that was the tour. As I say, there will be some little things that I'll show you as we go along, like the fuel tanks. I want to either take them out and clean them properly, or devise some way of adequately cleaning them to make sure they're good. The water tank I'd quite like to take out and fully disinfect and replace the water lines, and then that's all clean and good for drinking, or at least brushing teeth without being scared of getting Legionnaires. I don't know. Yeah, and lots of other little bits and pieces that we'll be doing throughout the winter to get her going. I actually thought that I'd fix Jeannie Stewart, swap them over, so this is ashore, Jeannie Stewart's in the water, do some trips on Jeannie Stewart to like save the rest of this season. Now I'm sort of thinking I can't afford to keep the two boats as it stands. I'm on the pennies. So I think what I'll end up doing is actually just fixing Jeannie Stewart and putting her straight up for sale. So we'll see. I can probably patch this boat up well enough that it's good enough to do the last month of the season. Maybe do a channel crossing, maybe go somewhere, I don't know. Quite like to go to Dartmouth and explore over there, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm doing more waffling and it's completely unnecessary. Okay, I will see you next week. Alright, I'll address the haircut. I went to an audiology appointment this morning in Weymouth where they confirmed that I have moderate to severe hearing loss in my right ear, which I knew because I can't hear a freaking thing that's going on. And I'm probably going to end up with a hearing aid. But after I was walking towards some snacks and breakfast, I thought this would be a good time to get my hair cut. So I went into one of these like Turkish barber things and like just cut my hair. And this is what he did. And then he did the beard thing as well. And I like it. However, I like looking scruffy and scraggly as well because that just suits me and my personality. So, I don't know. I mean, it's done now. Done. So, it'll grow out. See you in a bit.